Hello, everyone. It's Jerry at the Fledge. Welcome to another episode of Every Damn Day. And today on the show, we've got our good friend Khailea. How you doing today, Khailea?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing really well. So we're going to start out by describing ourselves. So I'm Jerry. I've got brown hair, brown eyes. I've got a headset on. I've got a Lansing over everything. So shout out to CISO for that. I'm up in my office at the Fledge with my small studio here. And you're going to hear pianos in the crowd in a little bit in the background. We're in the middle of the Black book giveaway that Mila and Lauren have put together. So stop on down. It's till 4:30 today if you'd like to get a free book. So there's my shameless plug in the middle of our description. You ready to describe yourself?
Hi, guys. My name is Khailea. I've just got long, dark hair, and I'm half Asian, so I'm just a chunky little Asian girl.
So there's something more than just, I'm going to say what you said, chunky little Asian girl. Why don't you tell us about you? We're excited to hear about you and your businesses.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. So I'm from Charlotte, Michigan, which is a small town, and I have 6 kids. So a few years ago, I tried to figure out a side job to make extra money. And that's how I found out about a company called Shipt, where you could do home delivery shopping for customers. And so I did that for a few years, and I really liked it, and built up clientele with customers. I'm a people person, so I really like to talk to people. I'm not really good at doing stuff like this, but if I meet you in the store, we're going to be best friends. I'm going to talk to you about everything. I'm going to help you with your produce. So as I built up relationships with customers through Shipt, I started getting to where customers were asking if I could shop with them directly. But unfortunately, through Shipt, you're not allowed to pick your shopper. It's whoever's on the step. So in the fall,
Can
they're
I
getting
take
really
a time out?
musical over there. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, can you hear it a lot? Let me take that time out for a second. And
Okay.
let me ask you, let's go back to you though. Were you
Oh,
born in Charlotte?
I was. My parents had 4 kids. We were low income. I graduated here in Charlotte. I had kids in high school. I'm 34. My oldest is in her senior year. She's 18. So if you do the math on that.
Yeah.
But yep, born and raised and stayed right here in Charlotte.
My grandmother was a grandmother at 34 with me as I was the oldest. So yeah, we know this math around here too.
Oh yeah. So we're breaking the chains in this generation. My kids are right now, I've got 18 and 17, 16 and 15, and then 2 2-year-olds. And that's what I tell them. Like, you all are going to graduate high school without being married, because I was married at 16, without having babies. And so we've got about 40 something days left before they graduate. My first 2 are in their senior year. And they'll be the first 2 kids to graduate without being married and without being parents in at least 4 generations.
Oh, good job. Now you're happy about that. I'm sure of that, right?
Yes.
So you graduate from high school and you already have 1 kid or 2 kids?
I had 3 when I graduated.
Oh, 3 when you graduated.
Yep.
And then what'd you do? So now there's a gap until you started doing Shipt. What were you doing there? Raising kids?
Well, I raised kids for a lot of years. And then I went to school at nighttime and got a degree in accounting. And then I did taxes for a lot of years, and then made some stupid mistakes that caught up with me. And so I no longer was doing taxes and trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. At that point, I had 4 kids. So it was kind of redid my whole life about 5 years ago.
All right. So now you were working for Shipt. You were building these great relationships.
Right.
And I kind of interrupted you because I wanted to make sure we got the where you grew up part of the story down. Let's go back to that part of the story. And I just want to say you got fans showing up already. So Tasha Shepard.
Hi, Tasha.
So, what? Tell us more about what happened as you evolved, kind of, I guess, away from Shipped.
So I loved Shipped, but my problem with Shipped is low income people like my family. I can't afford to pay the markup on Ships to have groceries delivered for myself. So even though it was a free service for shoppers, we still paid the markups just like any other customer. And I couldn't afford that. So I had a couple other customers that were having issues too, and they had mentioned like, we've got to budget better because we can't afford the extra markups on our groceries and stuff. And so between customers asking me to shop for them directly and then me personally knowing I can't be the only one that can't afford groceries through Ship. There's got to be other people who want the luxury of home delivery but don't want to pay 20% markups on their monthly grocery bill.
Mhm.
So that's when I was like, all right, I can do this. I'm going to start taking a few customers myself and I'm going to start shopping for them directly and see how I can work it into a business. And so that was in the fall of 2019. And at that point, I only had maybe 6 to 7 of my own customers, and I still did Ship full time. And then in February of 2020 is when I was like, okay, there is a high demand for this. There are a lot of people who not only can't afford the markups, but they don't want to deal with multiple shoppers. They want that connection and that relationship with a personal shopper. So in February of 2020 is when I made a Facebook page. I told my friends about it. My husband and I ordered like 1,000 business cards, and we were like, okay, we're just going to start promoting and we're going to make this a legit thing. And the shopping with Khai actually came from my husband because every time I'd be like, all right, I got an order, I got to go. And he's like, shopping with Khai, shopping with Khai. And I was like, we're going to name it that.
Nice. So that was in February. Then in March, COVID came, right?
COVID, COVID happened. So I went from in February marketing to my friends and just saying, hey, I can do your groceries directly. So COVID happened and it just went insane. I went from doing an average of like 25 to 30 orders a week to there were 6 weeks in a row that I did at least 100 orders that week. And for probably a good close to 3 or 4 months, my family didn't really see me. I was opening up the stores and I was closing down with Myers when they were kicking their last customer out.
Yeah.
So
Was
it
it
was really rough for a little bit.
was it easier when they were like 24/7? Because they
Yeah.
shut they closed down some of their hours, right?
Yeah. Yep. So like in Charlotte, our Walmart still closes. I think they're now closing at 10. They were closing at like 7 or 8. And Myers closes at midnight. So they're open from like 6 in the morning to midnight. But yeah, it was definitely easier when they were open in the night during the night. I loved in the middle of the nighttime orders. I'd put the babies to bed and I don't sleep very well at nighttime anyway. So I loved my orders that I could do when everybody was sleeping, but that's not an option right now.
So did you have to turn orders away?
I did. I
Yeah.
did. And what was hard about that is trying to pick and choose which person to say, no, I'm busy or bump them out. Thankfully, I have a lot of good customers that if they text me and I am full, I'll tell them, like, well, my next opening is this date and this time. And they're like, just put me down. We'll take it.
Hey, we have a quick technical question that you might know. Can someone order shipped using EBT?
I don't know if Shipped allows EBT yet. I know that they had talked about it. If you're interested in using EBT through Shipped, I would definitely look up their website and you can find out from them. I do EBT through my customers, but I'm not sure if Shipped does yet or not.
Okay. That's awesome that you're offering that. And
Yeah.
we'll find that out for you, Chris. What's your geographical boundary?
So I do Eaton Rapids, Potterville, Olivet, Charlotte. All of those are all $10 delivery fee. And I've had a lot of people say, well, Instacart Shipped, they don't charge me $10 delivery fee. They don't up front, but every single item that you order through them, you are paying a markup. So like I tell my customers, if you order at least $60 through Shipped or Instacart, you're already paying that $10. You're just not seeing it. That's my only fee. So if you order $300 through me, you're paying that $10 delivery fee. You're not paying any extra on every single item that you're buying. And then the other, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask, do you have a cap on that? If I did a $4,000 order, wouldn't that take you forever?
I have never done a $4,000 order. I would love to do one. My biggest order has been $1,600. And the only thing that I ever tell my customers when they say I have a big order is if it's going to be over $1,500, I need to know ahead of time because I have to call my bank and let them know that I'm going to be making that purchase or else they're going to decline my card at Meijer.
Oh, yeah.
So no, it's literally just the delivery fee. And then a tip is required, but I don't put a standard on my tip. I've got customers that can't afford to tip very much. And so I understand that. And if I were to enforce a percentage or a flat fee, that might hurt some of my customers that can't afford that. So what I just tell my customers is be fair. If you can afford to tip a percentage, great, do that. If you can't afford a certain amount, that's okay too. Just don't take advantage.
Yeah. I love that you set that boundary, but you show that compassion. It's perfect, right?
And I haven't had any issues with that. I have a lot of people that say, you should enforce at least a percentage of the tip. And I don't do that because I haven't had any issues. I'm very lucky that I have some very good customers. So those that can't tip me very well, I know that they legitly can't. And then I've got customers that tip me very, very well because they can. And I appreciate that because then it helps me offset the other ones. Just like in our town, excuse me, in our town, Shipped only offers Meijers. But right now, the home delivery is no longer about the luxury anymore. It's a need for a lot of people. So I have a lot of elderly customers that can't use technology. They don't have cell phones. They don't have laptops. They don't know how to place an electronic order through Shipped. So what I love about what I offer is I've got a lot of customers that handwrite me notes and I go pick them up and then I call them on their landline and I shop their orders at the store calling their landline phone. I've got customers that legitimately aren't leaving their house at all right now because of COVID, and that's understandable. So when they need stuff, they can't do it through Shipped. The Shipped only offers Meijers. So what I like about shopping with Khai is that I can do anywhere. I'm paying for the order up front using my money. So I can go anywhere that takes cash or card. If you want some stuff from Meijers and then you want me to run to Walmart, and then you're like me and grocery shopping has made you tired. So now you want to pick up pizza because you don't want to cook dinner. And then you want, Big B's or Evelyn's Bay right here in town. I can pick up all of that on one order. You don't have to worry about, well, I got my groceries covered, but who's going to pick up my prescription? I can do all that in one order.
Will you stop at the dispensary too for them? I'm just joking.
Yeah, well, I definitely would. My husband would probably appreciate that too.
So, I mean, what a great service is exactly what I was just thinking. And Dawn posted this. And when are you going to be in Lansing?
I do outside of my normal area, but the delivery fee does get increased. So I do Mulliken, I do Mason, I do Grand Ledge, I do Lansing, I've done Okemos. It's just whether or not that delivery fee is feasible for your family. I have a lady in Mason that I use that orders through me. To me, the $25 delivery fee would be too much for me to, use a shopper. But she orders once a month a large quantity and she's done her math and she knows that even paying me $25 plus a tip is still cheaper than her ordering it through Mason's Shipped service.
Yeah.
So I will go wherever if the customer wants to pay the delivery fee.
There was we tried to use Shipped for a while, and my wife will go through a receipt and like, what's this, what's that, and it was just maddening that the prices were way up. She was like, I know I could get this cheaper.
Yes.
And then there's also that kind of phenomenon where you're looking at, the aisle and there's a yellow, hey, this is on special, but Ship doesn't
Mhm.
really help you out with that. What do you do
No.
about, so that was one of our problems. How do you
That
handle
was
that?
one of my problems as a shopper. I would be, because I'm a couponer, and with 6 kids, we budget, and I look through that Sunday paper every Sunday. And so I would be like, oh my gosh, like my biggest thing was Lunchables. Lunchables would be buy 3, get 3 free on Sunday on the advertisement from Meijer. And then I see Ship over here still charging like $1.89 for every single one. And I'm like, those are buy 3, get 3 free right now. Like, how are you still charging that? Or I had a little old lady who drank Ensure all the time, and Ensure is expensive. And so not only was her markup like $6 for every 8-pack of Ensure, but there were like M perks for that Ensure that week. And she wasn't even able to use them because they'll advertise like your M perks is linked to your Shipped account. Yes, it is. But your M perks that you earn through Meijer, so like I spend so much at Meijer's that I get $20 off every time I complete $1,000 worth of groceries. Once you earn those through Shipped on your Meijer's linked M perks, if you're not going into the actual store and using your M perks, they expire and you lose them. Shipped doesn't let you use those on your Shipped account. Now, Shipped will do some specials and sales of their own, but there is always a markup on every single item, and that was hard for a lot of my customers. Shipped is great. It is a great opportunity if you can afford it.
Yeah.
But a lot of us, me, I can't afford it. Half the time I go over my monthly budget buying just normal groceries, let alone if I was paying a markup on those groceries that I actually already need. I couldn't be able to afford it. There's no way.
Can I just want to put what Tasha said real quick. Kylie has even stopped and picked up the 5 coupons I had before shopping for me. I don't think you'd get that with Shipped.
I am a huge couponer. So when my customers say I have a coupon, I'm like, I got you, girl. I'm gonna come get them. We're gonna make sure we use them. I like to be able to tell my customers they'll order stuff on their list, and part of me should just focus on getting their list. The other part of me is like, you only put 1 bag of apples in your cart, but they're buy one get one free right now. So I'm grabbing you 2 bags, and I've never had a customer that's ever been like, no, I only want the 1. It's free. I'm getting you 2. If I ever see a deal on stuff and I know that last time they ordered this brand, but this time they're ordering this one, I will pay attention to that. And I'll say, well, this week, this brand's on sale. Do you want to get that one instead? Building the relationship with the customer is really important to me because, like, right now, stock is so bad that if you don't get the item that you need, what was the point of placing the order in the first place? With Shopping with Khai, I have a running list every week that I keep for my customers. Like Bethany, we couldn't find her olive oil or sesame oil in the big cans. I have that on my list since probably April. I just called her a couple days ago because Meijer's finally restocked them and she had me get 6. I go to Lansing sometimes and I know that some of my Schlott customers have been looking for this item, and I'll grab them in Lansing, even if I'm not on your order today. Even if I don't think that you're going to place an order next week, I'll grab those items and I'll text you and say, hey, I found them. I got them. If you want them, you've got options. You can place an order and then I'll drop them off. Or if you don't want to place an order and you don't want to pay a delivery fee, I'll give you my address and you can just porch pick up the items for whatever I purchased them in the store. I've got people who they don't have any other family members or friends local right now, and COVID is very depressing and hard on people. So I try to remember their birthdays, their anniversaries. If I know somebody's struggling at home and even just shoveling somebody's sidewalk or picking up their mail or taking their trash out or just standing at the door talking to grandma for 20 minutes because she's been locked in the house. She has nobody else to talk to right now. You're not just getting groceries from me. Like, we're building a relationship, and that's important.
So the crowd and I are in sync with you, man. So Tasha, again, she goes above and beyond for all her customers. And what I was thinking when Tasha posted that was that this isn't a delivery business.
No, no,
What
it's
is
way
this?
past that. It's like, I don't know, when you got 6 kids in your home all the time, like you want friends. And part of it is like, these are my friends, and my husband laughs all the time because I'll be like, it's so and so's birthday, or so and so must be making this for dinner tonight, or blah, blah, blah. And he's like, they're your customers. You talk to me like they're your friends and family. And I'm like, because they kind of are. Like they are. They know when I'm having a bad day. I can tell when they're having a bad day. It's not just I'm buying your stuff, you're paying me and I'm dropping it off and I'm leaving. If you want that type of relationship, I'm okay with that too. But most of it's become a friendship and a relationship with each of these customers.
So, do you mind if I ask you a kind of tough question related
No,
to
go
that?
ahead.
How, like, are you going to get another driver? How do you repeat this?
That is why I'm so thankful for the LEAP program right now, because it's getting to the point where, yes, I do need to hire somebody else. And not only do I want to hire somebody else for here, but there's got to be other people like me that want to do this in other areas. There should be an option like me in other areas, not just Charlotte. Nobody should have to be just limited to paying markups on their groceries because that's all that there is. A personal shopper should be something that comes back with a vengeance, especially right now with COVID, because it's a great thing. I mean, there's times where I've had to have a personal shopper. All my customers, when my daughter had COVID, I had so many of my customers reach out and say, let us shop for you. And it was so nice because I wasn't limited to stores. I wasn't limited to where they could go or what they could get me. If I needed stuff from the gas station, my daughter's birthday happened during COVID, two of my daughter's birthdays, while we were quarantined. It's a personal relationship. I didn't have to feel embarrassed of saying, hey, I need this, or I need this, or this is what I need you to get. Like you build that relationship. I've had a customer, and she's going to laugh because I asked her if I could mention this. I had a customer who I started shopping for her when her and her husband were trying to get pregnant. And so I was the one getting her ovulation kits from the store. I got the order when she had to do her actual pregnancy test. I knew when she was pregnant by her next order, when she ordered certain things, that I was like, oh my God, she's pregnant. But I'm not going to say anything yet because she'll tell me when she's ready. And then when she started getting sick and having pregnancy issues, I could tell by what she was ordering. And then she had that baby, and then I got to pick out that baby's first birthday gift not that long ago. So it's a fun experience. And I think it's something that people should really look into it coming back, because we need to start more shopping with whoever all over, especially right now with COVID.
So you're not trying to make a million shopping with Kais all over the world. You just
No.
want to help your friends, your community, sustain your life and your business.
Yes.
And that's amazing.
I've
This,
got other shoppers here locally that have asked, like, is it okay to ask you how you did it? Are you okay with me even asking that? Yes, because I don't own this area. If you're better suited for a customer of mine and they stay with you or switch to you, I'm not going to be angry about that. We all have bills. We all have things that we're trying to pay for. There's no hate. I've walked a ton of people through how to do it. And my daughter's getting ready to go to school in Grand Rapids. And I want to seed her over in Grand Rapids to start her own. And my husband's like, are you going to call it Shopping with Khai? And I'm like, no, we're going to call it Shopping with Amaya. It's her business. It'll be her customers, so if there's a Shopping with Eric that pops up, or Shopping with Ashley, I'm going to share your stuff and I'm going to be totally supportive, because what you're building is a relationship while you're not only taking care of a family, but you're taking care of yours. That's important. We're not here to keep building these huge companies that are making millions. I just want to pay my mortgage. And I want you to be able to afford your mortgage and not have to pick out what groceries you can't afford this week.
Can I so I'm going to go off script a little bit, and can I tell everyone that you were nervous?
Oh, I'm super nervous still right now. I'm twiddling my hands.
Can I tell you that this is one of the most amazing and compassionate ideas we've had on the show?
Thank you.
That the way you're not thinking like a capitalist pig, where how can I get $1 million and how can I make my company worth $1 billion? You figured out a way to do something that would help everybody else, and if they did it too, they could also help everybody else. And how contagious is this going to be?
I hope it's very contagious. One thing that I really like is that I come from a really bad past. I have probably done every stupid thing that a person could do. And so I want to spend the rest of my life being better, giving back, doing better than all the other things that I've ever done. And so one of the really big things that get me with shopping with Khai is the things that I can give back. You know, at Thanksgiving, my kids and I put together turkey baskets for not just my customers. I posted it on my page and I said, even if you're not one of my customers, if you need help, let me know. And we're not going to make a post about it. I'm not going to take a picture giving you a basket. I'm going to drop it off, and that's the end of everybody will ever hear. We've been doing that for every single holiday, and it's just a very gratifying experience. Um, I have a grandma who lives in Mason. I don't get over there nearly as much as I should because I work all the time with my kids. So all these elderly customers I get are like grandmas and grandpas to me, and they're lonely and they're sad. And I like the fact that it's my schedule. If I want to stand there and talk to your grandma for 30 minutes, if I want to go shovel her snow, if she needs a hug, I can do that because I'm not on somebody else's schedule telling me I've got 3 minutes to get back to the store. I think that the things that you can give back to people doing what I do is super rewarding. And I really hope that anybody out there watching and is deciding whether or not their area needs this, not only do you grow and find a lot of self-worth in yourself doing this, but you can give back to so many people and still make a living out of it. I'm making money. It's not like I'm doing this for free and for just the good, good deeds. I am making money, but I'm getting to do so much good for other people at the same time. So if you're thinking about it, start a shopping with whoever and let me know if you have any questions because I'll help you out.
That's amazing that you're making a sustainable living, you're helping people, you've got the best of both worlds there, right? I
I
think
do.
maybe Kiana says it good. I love how important it is for you to create a meaningful relationship with your customers, and I really like that she put that word meaningful in there. And you're an entrepreneur with a purpose and an amazing person. And
Thank you.
then amazing gets used again real quick in the comments. So you are an amazing guest.
Thank you.
So I thought your mission was going to be to deliver, as many meals as possible every day that you can. No, I didn't really think that.
Nope. Nope. And like we're still winging it. I'm still going with the flow. I still get questions every week from people like, can you do this? And I'm like, well, I haven't, but I can. I can. I did have somebody ask me if I could drop a person off at an airport. I hadn't done that before and it didn't work out and I didn't do it because I started looking into it and there's other licensing and stuff that you need for that. But I mean, I almost do whatever you want me to. You just pay a delivery fee and I drop it off. That's it.
In the Middle East, they call that passenger smuggling when someone that's not licensed to do that. So what is your mission?
My personal mission, if I'm worried about just me, is I just want to be able to spend more time home with my 2-year-olds, and I want to be able to afford to do that. Now, as a whole picture, I want to build a company or a business where my relationships are meaningful and they're long lasting. I don't want a customer to use me one time. I want them to use me all the time, whether they need it only once a month or twice a month or every week. But I want them to, when they need a delivery, I want me to be the person they want, because I want to be here in 5 more years. I want to be here, I want to stay home with my kids as much as possible and still be able to work. So my customers and I have to keep building these relationships that we're building right now. And I'm thankful because I've gotten really lucky, really lucky.
What's something you do every damn day to push that mission forward?
I stalk my own business page like a crazy person, and I've noticed that their percentages and their little red arrows or green arrows really drive the OCD part of me crazy. So if it tells me like my interaction was down this week, I'm like, oh, I got to write another post. I got to tag people. I got to offer something. So I really focus every day on what I can do to keep me around. I've got a good clientele base right now of really good customers, but I would like to increase more. I would like to make this another business that somebody else in our town can work with me. So every day I'm reading and learning. Right now with the LEAP program, I'm watching videos after videos after videos. I've got these little notebooks and I fill pages after pages. So just learning a lot right now is still what I'm doing.
So Kylie's talking about the One and All program with Leap. So people should look into that for sure. Yeah, are you enjoying it so far?
I am. I'm very thankful. Katie actually messaged me one day and was like, there's this program I think would be perfect for you and you should apply. And I'm really thankful she did, because it has been so much information, so helpful. When I started this whole shopping with Khai, I thought I was going to continue to do Shipt. I was going to continue to work my office job, and I was just going to have a couple really good customers on the side. I wasn't prepared for where we're at today. So it's a balancing of learning and trying to just work through things as they come still.
What do you think's going to happen after COVID? You think people will go back to not getting delivery?
I think that's why I'm planning for more customers, because I know as COVID calms down and life returns a little bit back to our new normal, I do think the orders are going to drop down. I did Shipt for 2 years. I understand the influx in customers and orders. There were times with Shipt where we were super busy, and then there was times where you were just like, I'll take anything. I'll take anything. And I know my business is not going to be any different. When it's nicer out, a lot of my customers tend to slow down with their orders anyways, even without COVID being an issue. And vacation time, I'm not the only one that wants to go on vacation. My customers go on vacation usually. So I think COVID is going to change the way I get orders. I think that it is going to slow down when life goes back to normal. But I think as long as I keep reaching out and building my client base, that it'll even out in the end.
Awesome. I love that you have a plan for that. And I like the way you're thinking about the plan. We daisy chain the shows together. So yesterday I had a young man named Caleb Moss that is doing a whole bunch of little things or big things, I'm sorry, I should say. And his question that he wanted me to ask you is, what's been your most difficult thing to overcome, and how did you overcome it?
I would say technology. It's either too technical for some of my customers, or I'm not technical enough. So I don't have an app anymore. I did start using an app when I started out, and I didn't like the fact that it was charging me like 15% of my order. That was defeating the whole purpose of what I was doing. If I'm losing 15% and my customer is paying, I think 5 or 7%. So right now, what I do and have done for over a year is my customers, everything's done through text. There's no waiting for customer service. They text me to my live cell phone number. If you text me right now, I'll see it while I'm on, every damn day. Everything just gets sent directly to my phone. So for a customer side who's used to being able to go on Shipt and just put everything in their cart, and be done, it is a little bit more work. My customers have to screenshot their cart, text it to me. And then right now I don't have any non-communication like set up. So you can't pick a time and a date without having to talk to me. And I've gotten some feedback from customers that, well, that's a little annoying. We want to be able to get on a calendar, pick a date and a time, and you just shop our order. I am working on that. Millie Chu from the SBA or SBDC, she gave me a calendar link where I can put it on my website and customers can go in and place their orders without having to wait for me to text back. It'll just show my availability. So we're trying to get that implemented. But technology, it's either too much or not enough.
All right. So, well, and you're overcoming it by just working through it, right?
Yep. Just a lot of feedback from the customers. I do know that I need to get more technology for the ones that want it. The ones that can't.
Is the
Little
piano
Mozart
getting to you?
back there.
I can't yell at a kid playing a piano, even if it is in the show.
I've got 6 of them, so I'm just laughing. They sound wonderful. Just, the technology part, we're just going to keep working through it. And as long as my customers keep giving me feedback, I'll keep listening.
I love it. I love it a lot. So tomorrow on the show, I've got Julie Holton, who's with MConnects. And what question would you like to ask Julie?
Who inspires her the most?
You changed the question.
I did, because I was thinking, like, wait a minute. That's going to sound so weird coming from somebody she doesn't. No, my original question was, what is your favorite animal?
So, first of all, let's go to the question you wanted to ask. Or that you just asked. The first, who inspires you the most? Let me just restart.
I mean, this is so cliche. My kids do. If my kids can come from the upbringing that they came from and turn out to be so amazing, then they deserve us adults to do the same damn thing.
How is that cliche?
Well, because we all say this and that, but I had children as a child, so they're all that I know. They're all that I know.
Everything you say is passionate. Everything you touch seems to be passionate. What a great, I can't think of a better answer than that. Whether it's cliche or not. Some things, cliche's okay sometimes, right?
Yes.
But I can't get away from the other question. What's your favorite animal?
A koala, because they're cute.
Yeah, they are pretty cute.
I like all animals. All animals. I'm an animal lover.
So how do we find you? We have not promoted you for a second, but every word that you've said has been a promotion of you. I mean, it's amazing. How do people find you? Do you want people to find you?
I do want people to find me. I have a Facebook page called Shopping with Khai, and it's just KHAI. I have my cell phone number listed on there, but that is 517-588-8098.
I'm going to just refer to the Facebook. I'm not going to put your number here if you're okay with that for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get creepy little thoughts that run through my head, the fact that it is my real cell phone number, but I haven't had any issues yet.
Yeah. You and I have need to have a conversation about technology at some point too, because I'd like to help you out a little bit with some things.
I know. I've seen your one guy that works for the Fledge.
Jeremy.
Day, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jeremy.
Yes. Yep.
Everybody works with the Fledge. Nobody works for the Fledge.
Got it.
We're big into relationships and friends and stuff like that.
That's
too.
Good. That's good.
What did we forget? We forget to mention anything?
I am starting a website, but I haven't got that fully finished yet. So right now it's just the Facebook page.
Okay. But it's good enough, right? I mean, you're
It is.
busy and everything's going. Is everything going great? It seems like
It
it.
is. It is.
All right.
It's scary because my husband and I have been planning to take a vacation for a while. Our 2-year-olds are almost 3, and I keep pushing it off and pushing it off. So we leave next week. And so I laugh because it's like I always do stuff like this. Like I'm promoting right now, right before a vacation. I promoted in I got asked to be in our newspaper like 3 days before I had surgery and was off for a couple of days. My husband's like, why do you always do it right before? Why don't you do it afterwards? I'm like, it just doesn't work out that way. So if you look up my Facebook and you guys want an order anytime soon, I am working only Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week. And then I'll be on vacation until Monday, but I will be back and ready on Monday.
Well, I'm very proud of you for choosing a vacation. You're going to need that recharge for sure.
We do. We do.
And, this isn't a promotion. You're just telling us a story, right? We'll do the promotion. This will be a permalink forever. You can always share it. So go
thanks
enjoy
for
that.
having me on here.
Oh, what did it say? An amazing guest. So thanks for being on here. You are amazing. Your mission, your work, your passion, who you're doing it for, why you're doing it. It's the American dream, actually.
Thank you.
And it's, you got a moral compass, and I love it.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Every damn day, 2 p.m. every day. So tomorrow we'll have Julie, and we got the Black Book giveaway happening right now till 4:30. So come down and get a book. Everything's free. And we will see you later. See you later, Khai.